Hi guys, we're back as promised. We're having a feature book, not a review, just to talk about it. Dr. Sunday will be talking about a feature book titled How Africans Brought Civilization to Europe. Already the title is making my brain blood run because we thought they brought civilization to Africa. So this is another mind, blood, running extra session. I hope you'd enjoy it. I know you will. You know, it's absolutely vital for me actually to hear this because I've been told all my life that Europeans brought civilization to Africa countries. So to hear this right now, I'm thinking, okay, what is this going to be about? And I'm sure that you have that thought as well. So we're going to listen shortly. Yes, so I just want to welcome you and thank you for joining us again. You know, an impromptu sessions is been on now for over 4 hours. You guys are fabulous. You're the best ever. Rochelle White, thanks again for joining. Thank you, Chinwe. Thank you, Anojo. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you. And Elizabeth has been also proactive. She's already shared as well. Can you guys please start sharing? Share on the on your pages as well, and invite your friends. Please do that. Now, invite your friends. Nkiru did that in the last session. She invited a lot of people that didn't get notification, so you do that as well. Thank you. Oluwatoyin, thank you very much for joining. Justin Mayo, thank you. Julie is here, thank you. So guys, keep inviting people and sharing. So share as we go through this, because again, all my life, I have been told that Europeans brought civilization to Africa, and now I'm hearing different. And I can't wait to hear this. I don't know how it's going to shift what is already been in my mind all my life, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to it too. So I think Dr. Sunday is ready now. We can go.
Did some people come back?
Yeah, we have a number of people already.
It's going to be mind-blowing.
Okay.
Even though, are you okay? You see my face?
Oh,
or
yeah, I
you
can
need
see
to
your
come
face.
this way, or?
No, it's better.
Okay. No, you can do it if it's okay the way you're sitting. It's all right. One of the things that you people have heard me talk about is the fact that I'm planning to leave some of the things I'm doing today are my plans for the next 300 years. So one of the things I want to do in my lifetime is to be able to build a system that will continue to live in the next 300 years after I'm gone. So addressing that question of living forever in heaven, but also on earth, at least 300 to 500 years, is the fact that by the time I'm gone, I want to leave something for the black race. And before I leave, I also want to contribute something, not just to the world, but I wish to also contribute something to the people who look like me, to the black race, not because I'm a racist, and not because, not because of the fact that I don't want to contribute to other people. I'm contributing to the whole world. Everything I'm giving is for the whole world. But I want to specifically address something to the black people, to the black race. And that's why I think this book is going to be my legacy and my gift to the people of color, to my people. And this book will live forever because it's a research that is going to be undisputable. So you said just now that people, and you've heard all your life, that it is the Europeans that brought civilization to Africa. That is the only part of the truth, which is also true, but it's only a part of the truth. But it's a part of the truth that everybody in the world knows about, but then everybody in the world doesn't know the other side of the truth, that Africans first brought civilization to Europe before Europe brought civilization to Africa. And I've done the research, and I have the facts. So this is what I want to present to the world and shock the world and say how Africans brought civilization to Europe. And if it brought civilization to Europe, it means to all other parts of the world also, because we are enjoying this European civilization now. But what started it? African civilization started it. So, I hope you people who are watching us there, you are ready. But the book is still being translated. So somebody just sent me the translation, the rough table of content. So I'm just going to read out to you just the table of content of this book. And I want to release it on my 50th birthday. It's going to be one of the 25 books that I will release on my 20th birthday, my 50th birthday, my golden jubilee. On my golden jubilee, I want to give gift to my country, the country that gave birth to me, and I want to write 2 or 3 books just for Nigeria. I want to give gift to the black race because of who I represent. Then I want to give gift to my world. So there'll be a different book that is a gift to the world, to the African continent, and to Nigeria. I'm going to have a gift for everybody. So, how Africans brought civilization to Europe. If you guys are ready, here we go. My first chapter is Africans created the first and the greatest civilization of the ancient world. People don't know that. That's my first chapter. And you are going to read about it in this book. It's not going to be emotional. It's going to be based on statistics and facts. Then under that chapter, you have Africa is the cradle of all nations. Many people know this, that the first man came from Africa. It's been scientifically proven, including Europeans. Everybody has their descendants in Africa. Because from the white skin, you cannot get all colors. But from the black skin, you can get all colors. Just like painting. If you do painting, black color gives you every other color in the world. No other color does that. Okay, next one. Ethiopia was the first civilization in the world. Next one. Ancient Egypt was the civilization of black Africans. Before Arabs came, black were the people living in ancient Egypt. Then they made Egypt became the greatest civilization of the ancient world. Many people also know this. That's why nobody has been able to repeat what has been done with the pyramid. Chapter 2. Africans are the creators of the Asian civilization. Do you know that many Asians, even Japanese, have their descendants from Africa? So when you see yellow, you know people who are yellow, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, it is Africans that is at the root of their civilization. And I'm going to, you don't need to believe me. Get the book and you will see the facts. Their own research, their own history. It's like it's unbelievable. It's like it's almost making me sound like somebody who is superior race or something. No, it's not about superior race. It's just about getting to know the facts. So Africans are the origins of the yellow race. And Africans are the initial example of military skills in Japan. People know about the ancient military skills, of Japanese. What do you call them? The people who go to die, Musarai, or what do you call them? Samurai, and all the skills came from African resource. Then, the greatest Sumerian civilization of Asia actually were Africans. The samurai, that was an African civilization. They were black people with archaeological researches. If you go to the internet right now, you could go and confirm what I say and put the Africans, the ancient Chinese were Africans, and go and look for it. You'll see the pictures up to now. Even Chinese civilization was based on Africans. So it's not just Europeans that were developed and brought civilization to. So then, black people created the first states in China and Southeast Asia. And these are facts I'm going to present in this book. Next one. Phoenicia, that is the Mediterranean area. Phoenicia is the name of the first civilization of black people in the Mediterranean region. Next one. Black people founded the ancient civilization of the Indus in the Hindu valleys. Everybody came from blacks, even Latin American Indians, and then the Indians in Asia. Everybody can trace their history back to the black people. And this is the book it's not going to show my words and language, just researches, science here. I never want to talk about this, right?
I never heard this before.
So I have too many things to talk about. I just have to be quiet. Next one. All the main Eastern religions, I'm not talking about Hinduism, and I'm not talking about Christianity and Islam. I'm not talking about the Abrahamic religion, right? But the main other religions like Hindu and everything, most of them were created by Africans. Chapter 3. Africans are the origin of the European civilization. Now let me break that down for you. 1. There used to be an ancient marketplace in Europe, ancient center for trade and commerce. It used to be called Crete. It's in the Bible also. Crete was the channel for civilization, through which civilization came from Africa to Europe, through that trade path. So it's a canal, like a channel. It was the trading part that brought the Africans, through trade, coming to trade in Europe. That is how civilization started coming to Europe. Next one. Africans were at the root of the Greek culture. And the Greek culture is the culture that is now called the Western culture right now. The Greek philosophy, Roman philosophy. Some of their ancient authors, archaeologically discovered that they were blacks. Some of their authors of the writings were blacks. Next point. Africans used to live in the territory of the present day Europe. These are archaeological facts. You see Africans, some of the ancient bodies that were found in Europe, the oldest archaeological discoveries were black people. And they have been confirmed in the laboratories when you research them, because of the feature of the mouth and the nose. Next one. Africans greatly influenced the Roman Empire. But when you see Hollywood films, you only see white people in the Roman Empire. But you will not know that some of the Roman uh, kings or empire or emperors, some of the Roman emperors, Caesar, were black people. This is not my word. This is historic.
He's not talking about
So this is going to be a whole book just talking about these things. Next one. There was one of the leading writers of the Roman Empire brought civilization to the world. It's a whole civilization of the Roman Empire, right? But the leading writer in the Roman Empire, his name was Publius Terence Affair. Publius Terence Affair. That was a playwright as an African man. Then the military, Europe is now the leader of military, military warfare, military something. Like Africans are nowhere in military right now. But this modern military that we see now, technology, military technology and everything, is the father of modern military strategy. Is called Hannibal Barca, like Barcelona, Barca. Now, Hannibal Barca is a black man that Barcelona, I think, was formed after, named after. It's a black man who brought that military intelligence to Europe. Then there were generals. The Roman army was one of the greatest armies ever. Now, the African some of the most powerful generals of the Roman Empire were Africans. And I will give the names and the years they lived and the proof that they were Africans in this book. They're already in this book. Then I will also provide in this book the names and the years that Africans ruled as emperors of the Roman Empire in this book. It's not that I am being, trying to talk about Africans and talk too much. It's just that I want to let the people in this civilization know that this is where Africans are coming from. And especially people in Black Africans in the diaspora and in America, because they don't know their roots, because they were brought there as slaves. So they don't know that their root was great, that they are not inferior to anybody. And that because you have the great root, history goes around in circles. So the fact that right now the European civilization is what is leading, it means that European was last before, because that's the rule of God. The last shall be first. So the one who is first now used to be last before. And the one who is last now will still be first also. That's just the rule of God. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. It always rotates. History goes in rotation. So there was a time that the one that is last now, which is the civilized Africans, they used to be first. That's why they are last now. And then the ones that are first now will eventually be last too. And the ones that are first now will be first again. That's just the circle of history is called. And Jesus spoke about it, just we don't relate it to so deep. So I'll give you the names of the Roman emperors, when they lived, and why we know that they are blacks. Not all of them, but some of them. Now, this one will shock a lot of people. That the Africans were moving, Africans were going to America before Columbus discovered America. So Africans were the first to discover America and developed a civilization there before Columbus. And I will give you the information too. I will prove that to you. Can you believe it? Africans discovered America before Columbus. And this is not just some theory of black people, but these are archaeological and historical facts that I'm going to give scientific evidences to back it up. So people who say Africans never did anything and Africans were never anything, they will discover the fact. So, next one. Africans created the most developed civilization in medieval Europe. So, who are the Africans that did this? In the history book, they were called the Moors. The Moors who brought civilization to Spain, Portugal, and the southern part of Europe were Africans. Then you have the Berbers. Then you have the Saracens. Those are the names of Africa. They were all black people. Then you have the phenomenal role of Africans in the history of the Arab world and Islam. Africans, that's why a lot of Arabs are dark skinned up to now. That's because of the mixture with the Africans.
Makes sense.
And when I am up there as an African that is doing something exceptional, and I see a lot of my other people, can you believe it that I just have to keep quiet? That's why I need to write. If I don't write this,
Yeah, you have to keep quiet about so much.
yeah, that's why I have to keep on writing. I want to help my people. I want it to be out there so that people will know color is not about the subject. It's about the rotation of history. Do you know that there was a time why black people conquered Europe? 1/3 of Europe was under the colonization of black people. It's called the Moorish raid of Europe. For 400 years, I think, Europe was under the domination of black people. You are not aware?
Not so.
Not the North Europe, but the South Europe. Can you believe it? But people don't talk about it. And that's why some people feel, because you are kept under, one of the greatest way to keep you under is to deprive you of your history and of your greatness. You know, when they don't let you know what you are capable of, you perpetually be remain a slave. One of the first universities in the world is called the University of Sankor. It was an African university. Next one. Now let me talk about the Africans that played the most important role in the involvement of Europe in the new European civilization. Then I gave a list of Africans that developed and contributed to the development of Western Europe. Then I spoke about Alessandro de Medici. That's the black head of the Florentine Republic. That's in Italy. Africa, that used to be what we call modern Italy now, used to be called the Florentine Republic, and the head of it was a black man, who the ruler of modern day Italy. Then you have Joseph Boulogne, the Saint George, a French composer with the nickname of Black Mozart. Yes, the Mozart, the black man, because he's the one that gave French people their classical music. The black man. Then you have Saint Benedict. Everybody have heard of Saint Benedict. He's a black man. He's a black monk of the Franciscan order. Then you have Adolf Badin, the African governor of Sweden. Even the influence of Africa has gone up to the northern part of Europe. Then you have Juan Latino. That's a black Spanish scientist and poet of the 16th century that we don't even talk about. We don't read about. Then you have the Dumas. You know the Dumas? Dumas. You don't know in French. Do you call it Dumas in French? Yeah. Huh? Alexander Dumas, yes. That is an African French origin. That's one of the fathers of the French literature. He's a black person. Then you have John John Blanc is the black musician in the retinue of the English king. He was playing in the palace, English palace. That's a John Blanc. Then you have Olaudah Equiano. That is the ideologist of the movement for the abolition of slave trade in the UK. Then you have Africans that contributed to the development of the Russian Empire. Russia, there were black Russians who contributed to the development and of modern Russia. Then you have the Ibrahim Hannibal, the African general of the Russian army. He's the one that created a city in Ukraine that is called Kherson. He created it. Have you ever heard of Kherson?
Yes.
Yes. It was created by a black man. And people don't give credit. Then you have Alexander Pushkin. You know Alexander Pushkin? The greatest writer in Russia. He has black blood in him. Oh, you know that? You know he has black blood?
Yeah.
You know that?
No.
You don't know Pushkin as a black?
Yeah, no, I know.
You know?
I
Okay.
know him as an.
Russian writer? But you didn't know he had black blood?
No.
You didn't know he had black blood? But you knew he had black
Yeah,
blood.
he had black.
Yeah. It's an African man.
Yeah.
Pushkin is an African man.
Well, he has.
You see the ear?
Similar appearance
Yeah.
of Africans.
And
His
then the
hair,
ear,
his
yeah,
lips,
now you see, you
yeah,
see.
He has something.
You could see it from the picture, right? You see, so I'm not lying. You see? Can you see? You can see. You see? You see? That's the greatest writer in Russia. You see he's black? You see that?
The features.
Yeah. The same with Dumas. But people will not tell you these things.
We had an iPad then. So
Yeah. The oppressors will not let you know your history. Then I have a chapter, a section here that I call the crimes of Europeans against African people and African people that made Africans to become slaves and to forget, to wipe out our history. Then I have a list of inventions of black Africans, scientists, that we are using today, that the whole world is using today. Then I have a chapter here about the influence of of Africans on Christianity and on the Jewish nation, on Israel. The Africans contributed to the Christian faith. There used to be a time where the icons people draw used to have black Jesus and black Jews in history. But now, we know we have black Jews now in Israel, but most people don't know that we have black Jews. There are Jews who are black people. And then there are people who used to draw, just like now, people draw Jesus as white. In history, it used to be drawn as black. Then the Europeans are the ones who changed it to be drawing them as white, him as white. Then I wrote the role of Africa in forming Christianity in the ancient time. Then there is an African root in the Holy Virgin, in the Holy Mary Virgin. I mean, in the Holy Mary, idol worship. The Holy Mary ideology. Catholicism. You know, there were also fathers, popes, the holy popes, who were Africans, black Africans. And they never tell us today that there were popes who were Africans. Are people writing anything? Yeah, write your comments, write your comments. I think this is a book that everybody has to get. Then one of the fathers of the church, apart from popes who are blacks, then we have church fathers. You know, we have a term we call the patriarchs of the church, the church fathers. One of the main leading church fathers in the history of Christianity today. If you go to any theology school, you would learn about Tertullian. Tertullian was a black man. You've heard of Tertullian?
Yes.
He was a black man. He was a black man. And Tertullian is the founder of Western theology. The theology of the Western Christianity. He was a black man. The Catholic Church, he was the father of the Catholic Church theology. He's a black man. Then you have Cyprian. He is the one who came up with the doctrine of the hierarchy of the church, the canon doctrines, and the unity of the church. He's a black man. Then you've heard of Saint Augustine. Have you heard of Saint Augustine?
Yes.
He's a black man.
And he.
Huh?
And he.
And he. And he as well. We're talking about a lot of people.
And he too,
Yeah.
yes, and he too, yes. Augustine too is. He is the author of the theology that the Protestants build their church, I mean, the Protestants of today. Then we have people who are martyrs for Christ, African martyrs. And then we had African saints. One of the martyrs was called Perpetua, and another one was called Felicity. Then you have Saint Mauritius, patron of the emperors of the Holy Roman Empire. Then you have the names of the African popes. So let me see what people are writing. I want to hear what people are writing. So this is a book I want to write. I've written already, but it's only in Russian language, but I want to translate it to English language. I'm translating it now, so I'm not going to go into more details. The book is called How Africans Have Brought Civilization to Europe. So what do people think about it? What are they writing?
Great to know. Falling in love with history. That's from Fleur. Somebody said, yeah. This book must be introduced to all African schools. Hopefully it will reverse our thinking and elevate confidence in the society. That's from Chinwe. When I read the book in Russian, my mouth was open till the end. That's in Kiru. Pastor in Kiru. Maria said, there's so much information out there, a lot in plain sight, but I fear people are so brainwashed that they even deny it to themselves. Somebody said, wow, we're learning history tonight. This is great. This is a great lecture. Something is written in Russian. Yes, the Falasha. Somebody said yes, the Falasha. I think is one of the tribes that you mentioned.
Okay.
Yes, there's this.
The fathers are the black Jews.
Yeah. Somebody says yes. There is a statue in a basilica in Rome of Saint Peter as a black man. Our heritage is a gift to us from Papa God. That's Elizabeth. We camp. Africa still is the center of the world. It's the motherland for everyone. Everything comes from Africa, from there, and it's sustained from there. Somebody asked the name of the Russian writer.
Pushkin.
Pushkin?
Yeah, Alexander Pushkin.
Alexander Pushkin. Yeah, somebody else gave it as well. Yep, I'm going back. I am black and blessed, somebody is saying. These are all tables of content. Elizabeth is saying this. Yeah. Mercy, I pray Pastor put all this information in a book. I'll be the first to buy it. Buy it.
For my 50th birthday.
Knowledge is power. That's Mercy.
Tell them that it will be ready for my 50th birthday.
This book will be ready, published by Pastor's 60th birthday. That would 50th Golden Jubilee. That is from the 26th to the 28th of May, but it's actually on the 28th of May. That's his birthday. If you don't know already, those Greek philosophers who are looked at as the fathers of European civilization studied at the University of Timbuktu.
Yeah.
That's Maria.
Maria what?
Maria. Okay. I have to go up again. Yeah, Makajala. We are learning history tonight again. Yes, there's statue. No, I think that's it. Is there any more? Just came in. The last one. Hold on. Go back to it. I have nothing to say yet till the book reach my hand, and will be happy to have that book. Well done, Pastor. That's Thank God, Emerson. I have to watch this again. That's Give Blessing, Amos. Then I think that's it, sir. Do you want to continue?
There's one more that says, this is so unbelievable, and white people feel too good about themselves and think that they should go and study the history of the world. Thanks, Pastor Sunday, for this, your findings. God bless you, sir.
Yeah. Is that is the title good enough?
How Africans have brought civilization.
Yes. Is the title good enough? Is that a good title? What is it?
I think it's very catchy. It says everything that you actually don't know and don't think, and if you're someone who lives according to what is common, you will immediately say, "What is this? That's a lie." You know, that will be your first reaction. That's a lie. It's not true. I know better. So I think it's really good because it catches your attention and pushes you to actually read what is inside of it. Because, yeah, it's.
Should I call it How Africans Brought Civilization to Europe, like I wrote it now? Or I should call it How Africans Brought Civilization to the world.
Yeah.
I think that the book tells us the second one.
Yeah. How Africans Brought Civilization to the world.
Yeah, but I think
Covers
everyone
all
kind of
the
knows that, we come from Africa. Like, this is already somehow common that, yes, we all come from Africans, but somehow it's not important anymore.
Yeah.
But the most important
Shocking one is
Europe. Because
I
Europe,
agree with that,
Yeah.
because I know that I've been taught all my life about civilization. Yeah, not the world. So let's just hit it right.
Yeah.
So I think definitely Europe. Yeah, it has more impact because Europeans told us that they brought civilization. Africans told themselves that they brought civilization to Africa.
Even
So,
Americans.
yes,
All
yeah.
originating from Europe.
Yeah, so let's go for Europe.
Good. Thank you. It was nice being with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I am sure that you've enjoyed that. I hope you have. Thank you for joining us this evening for the all going 5 hours. You've been a gem. I appreciate you, and I hope you've learned a lot today. I surely have, and I will do all my best to listen to this again and again, because I need to listen to enough in order for it to resonate, and for me to be able to work in this learning. So I thank you again. Thank you for joining. Please share. Even as we're closing right now, you can still share throughout and even beyond. I appreciate you again. Have a good evening. Have a good night, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Good night, and good night from everyone. Switch.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
You are thinking about something, Caroline.
Me?
Christina.
If I'm thinking.
I heard. I could see you are deep thinking about something serious.
Yes, I am.
What is it? Self-development or African?
Self-development. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this and how could this thing impact in my life. Really.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, guys. Good night. Bye.